Welcome to another episode of Ghosted with Criss and Paige. I'm Criss.
And I'm Paige.
And today we're doing something completely friggin' different. And I say that because we're by the fucking ocean.
Hanging by the ocean.
We are at Sandy Hook at the we're right next to the Coast Guard, straight up.
Yeah, we are. And there's this very old, I forgot to jump out and look to see what this building is, but it's very old. It's very nice on the water.
You mean that cannon right over there? That's also pretty crazy.
Love me a good cannon.
It's got cannonballs over there. That's awesome.
I love it. Oh, bye, car.
So if you didn't know, we've got a mobile board right now, and this is our first test at,
On
trying,
location.
Yeah, literal on location recording right now. This is pretty awesome. I'm super digging it because I am so relaxed. I can hear the ocean breeze.
I can feel it too.
Yeah, I can feel it. It's blowing our little air freshener. We're doing this from the studio known as the car.
As Pidge's car. Good old Jeep Patriot, let me tell you. But
today we're going to bust into something we haven't talked about yet. Some more New Jersey goodness. Probably the best goodness we could find from somewhere that I feel like even if you're outside of Jersey, everyone knows. Sandy Hook.
Yeah, I feel like the whole, the Jersey, well, maybe not as much. I think if people from not here think of, not including, the tri-state area, the people who come here every summer, but if you think Jersey Shore, you're thinking seaside, the actual show, Jersey Shore.
You're thinking, amusement rides and things like that.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about Jersey, baby.
We're talking about the real deal Jersey Shore.
Well, right across from Highlands, Jersey Shore.
It is beautiful. Sandy Hook, I grew up coming here. My parents were not seaside or sometimes we go to Point Pleasant, but not really.
Your mom would get the beach pass and you'd come every day early in the morning.
We get here by 7 a.m., beat the crowds, start leaving, once people started getting a lot, really packed in there. Mm-hmm. So it's nice. We'd always have the beach kind of to ourselves.
So you've always had an affinity for this place. And I haven't come here as often, if not at all. I've come here for photography, videos, things like that, just to explore. I had some friends go to Mast.
Same.
But other than that, Sandy Hook's been the place to go. You going longboarding? We're gonna longboard Sandy Hook.
Yeah, there's so much to do here. It's not just the beach. There's hiking and
there's
biking
a state park.
It's a full state park.
There were so many deer next to us 20 minutes ago, or I guess an hour ago.
Well, no, even 20 minutes ago, because we passed a bunch when we were driving up. We've been here for a few hours. We've been circling. There's just so much to see. There's the old Fort Hancock. There's the Coast Guard.
The lighthouse.
The lighthouse, which is haunted. The
mortar battery.
Which was wild.
And I know for a fact that even with the mortar batteries around here and everything, some of them just have energy for days. Some of the doors that have locks on them are just oozing out such strong energy. Paige even had
my God,
an experience.
It was weird, this place. So this whole place, especially the lighthouse and everything, it's supposed to be supposedly super haunted because you've had so much. You had so much happening here. There's so much history.
The place that you had to pass for the East Coast. This is.
Yeah, if you're coming into New York and stuff on the harbor.
If you're coming into the United States.
Yeah.
From across the pond.
But I'm saying, so when people from England were, sailing in, they had to, we were the place to help stop them from getting into New York. We were hey, what are these ships doing? We're going to shoot some cannons.
We have cannons for days.
Exactly. And it's the old, what does it say? The lighthouse is the oldest standing lighthouse tower in the United States.
Since 1754, was it?
1764.
1764.
So during the American Revolution, the strategic location of the lighthouse south of the Hudson River and the anticipated arrival of the British fleet made the lighthouse a military target.
Interesting.
Yes.
That was very elegant of you.
Thank you. I have my research right here.
Oh, hell yeah.
Gotta be prepared, baby.
I think that's a pretty good preparation right there because that's that whole statement right there is loaded, that it was a integral part of the Revolutionary War to tell the colonial the colonial forces, hey, those redcoats are coming.
Yeah, well, despite Patriot attempts to overtake the lighthouse, the quote lighthouse fort, unquote, remained under British control for most of the American Revolution, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, so the Brits were here the whole time?
Apparently, it says, and I quote, such far-reaching history makes Sandy Hook ripe for tales of dastardly deeds, secret passageways, and ghostly visitors.
Wow, that's straight up in there.
That's straight up in there. Shout out to the Monmouth Journal. They are the best article I could find on this place, and this was written 11 years ago. This was 2009.
Thank God, go Stone Age.
Right? But actually, this was really, like, this is the best like I could find.
The
it really
best
covered,
write-up.
Yeah, especially with with the haunted history, with the real history, like with the real actual history. So I was like, yeah, this
history, paranormal history,
all that,
and all the culmination of such in one article, which is super nice.
Yeah, it was a nice, neat little package for us. So, like, shout out to the author, Anne M. McCauley.
Thanks, Anne. I appreciate it.
Shout out, Anne. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, so we've gone on a little bit of adventure today here. If you ask me, I think we...
Yeah, well, if we want to get back to the energy. So I have my Fitbit on, you know, gotta get my steps, check my heart rate. And just like when we were at the DoubleTree, guys, the energy was spiking my heart. It, like, we were just literally standing there, wasn't doing anything.
We crossed the threshold into the mortar battery.
Yeah, we walk in, it was super cool, but I was feeling a little off. I was like, okay. So looked at my Fitbit, I'm fine. Everything was fine.
Paige looked a little disassociated. She was kind of staring off into space, so I was wondering what was up.
Well, there was a really scary door that you could look into, go into the tunnels. It's locked with a brand new shiny lock, so you know someone's definitely broken in there recently, most likely, but now you can't, so, like, don't.
But on the other hand, you could also see another battery. I guess it was like, 100, 200 feet?
Yeah, it's like you'd have to walk around, like you have to leave the main mortar battery, and we saw a little path, like not like a real path, like a dirt path. We're like, oh, let's just go look over here real quick, and it leads to the creepiest door ever, which you can find. I will have everything up in our Instagram and like a little story highlight on our actual feed. So, Ghosted WCP for all that goodness to see our little adventure to Sandy Hook today.
Ooh, wee woo! That car lit up.
Wee woo.
So, they're undercover.
Oh, is it the one across?
Yeah, that one right there. They had red and blues and everything.
Come over here. We'll interview you. Hello.
Sir, how long have you been working here? Have you seen
the ghosts?
Ghosts?
Fun story, though, sidetracking from the energy and everything. We were in the mortar battery, and it's super, super, super echoey. Like, Chris could go to one end, and I'd be at the front before even entering, and you could hear us talking, like, whispering.
We could have we could whisper a conversation, and it would get to the other side, which was crazy.
Loud. So I walk in, and I'm taking pictures, and I hear singing. And I'm like, what in the fuck?
Who is singing?
And what was the song again?
Hallelujah.
No, it wasn't. What? Glory, glory, hallelujah.
Yeah.
There we go. So we're like, what? I literally stopped Chris. I'm like,
Yankee Doodle Dandy?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I don't know. Whatever. Either way, I was like, I just stopped because it was surrounding us. We were literally surrounded by
There was this haunting
woman.
aura that was like some type of spirit chorus.
And it's such an old song, and this whole place goes back to the Revolutionary War, so I stopped. I was like,
Paige is shitting bricks. I'm sitting there like, oh my God, I guess we're gonna die. Today's the day.
Like, we were just going to look into that scary door, and all of a sudden someone, like a woman with an angelic, ghostly voice starts singing. And I realized there's a woman filming a video.
There is
but
actually
she's outside the walls of the mortar battery. Like, you have to walk through. Like, there's a big wall. You have to walk through a little entrance and then go through another entrance. And that's how crazy that you could hear someone so far so loudly. She completely echoed the whole area.
Throughout the whole area. And it was just, it bounced off of every single wall because it just sounded like we were engulfed.
Yeah, we're completely...
in this, like...
Oh my God. It was, it just completely surrounded you, and you just didn't know where it was coming from. It sounded like it was coming from every direction. So when we spotted her and her camera person and their dogs walking in, I knew that we would echo loud enough for them to hear us. So I was like kind of just regular.
Hello.
I was like, hi, you have a beautiful singing voice. And they heard me loud and clear. And they're like, oh my God, you heard us? I was like,
Yes,
we did. And it was so funny. And they're super sweet. Shout out to them. They're filming a sing-along video for seniors in the local area. So that was really
cute.
sweet. But it was crazy. I really thought we were being haunted by like a revolutionary ghost at first.
A very lovely, tone-accurate revolutionary ghost.
With an angelic voice. It
Wouldn't
was
they have
so
a British
funny.
accent?
Not necessarily.
Bump, bump.
Bump, bump. But yeah, so this whole area is just completely enriched with history and just tragedy and everything in between.
Yeah, and even now, you see some of the historic houses have been just thrashed by storms and things over the last 20 years.
Yeah, because you're right on the water, and I mean, you've had things like
oh my God,
Sandy
you are like
and
50 feet from this house right in front of us is literally
less than 50 feet from the water.
the beach and
you
the water.
take like 20, 30 steps, and you're going down. You're falling into the ocean.
Yeah, there's a little cliff, and then
Yeah, boop. But yeah, there's tons of old barracks because this was a fort, and where they had
a fort for the Coast Guard. And
that's
stuff.
true.
Because I see right behind us is barbed wire, which is nice.
Yeah,
nice
we
touch.
cannot go back there. Knowing me, I'd accidentally turn in and be like, "Hello," and they'd be like, "What are you doing here? Who are you?"
We are detaining you.
And I'd be like, "I'm sorry, I'm directionally challenged. I can't read. I'm sorry."
Oh no, Dukes. So yeah, this door that we had, they had gone into the battery, the singing lady.
Yeah, we let them film. So we walked out and we saw this little tiny dirt path. We're like, oh, let's just go see what's over here on the other side because this battery's in a dune.
Yeah.
Right?
It is literally hidden.
It's like underground. You wouldn't know.
No, we had to walk through a tunnel that was buried underground. There was actual like soil and stuff above us that we had to go, and you were just encapsulated. There was a place where 4 cannons used to be. 4 big ship destroyer cannons. So
big.
When we got in there, you look around, it's just nature has built these walls on the dunes and everything. So it's trees and grass and leaves
And vines and stuff. It was
but all the way up, it was probably like, you see how it's like 2 stories? Like these houses right here?
Yeah.
It was the walls were probably like 2 stories. Before
Yeah, I mean, at the highest point, yeah, I would say so.
Mm-hmm.
So when we walked around, the outside, it was just a dirt hill of woods. And we're just walking around. We're like, well, can we go like on the other side? What's going on?
So in the enclosure that the battery is in, there is that spooky door that Paige was talking about. This one had an older lock.
Yeah, this one just had a giant rusted chain with an old lock. And the door was like someone's
been throwing beers in there.
Well, I bet you people can squeeze through that if they're small enough.
So I'm assuming that high school sophomores probably squeezed through there at one point in time. But
there was tons of beer cans.
But my thought is, like, you didn't see any light from the other side. There's no illumination coming out of there.
Yeah, where the one in the actual battery, when you go through, you can look in, you could still kind of see like natural light coming through. So we were able to see
because you could see the other side.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a doorway that had light coming through, so natural light coming through. So I was like, okay, it's not as scary because when you walk up, it looks pitch dark and you're like, something's gonna eat me. I can't stick my face through this hole to look in.
All the tunnels, because there are a bunch of different like mortar bunkers and things like that, and they're all connected through some pretty elaborate underground tunnelways. I know.
Yeah, this place is huge.
In like 2012, 2013.
You and the hoodlums?
No, people I know happen to go into one of them deep into the underground, about like 10 rooms in.
Oh my God.
Between 7 and 10 rooms in.
I'm too much of a little bitch. I couldn't.
There was no light. You would get in and you would have the light from behind you. And then about the second or third room, there was no light. And in the ground, things were collapsing into itself, which is pretty brutal. And then as we kept going, we had to go through a door. We had our phone flashlights and that was it. I really wish we had a mask because I don't know what's growing in there.
Yeah.
Or like, I know Sandy Hook has coyotes, so I don't know what's nesting in there. Or God forbid, squatters.
Yeah.
So we kept going in and eventually once the natural light was officially gone, and the phone lights weren't doing anything, we could have kept going, but we heard something. And to be honest, I didn't want to find out what was the maker of that noise.
What did it sound like? What did you think? Like, what did you think you heard? Like, what was your first impression?
I couldn't identify it. I was just like, that sounds like someone's rustling around.
Oh, nope. Time to go. Got a blast.
Yeah, no, I wasn't about it. And I strictly remember that it just was not kosher.
Yeah, I'd be terrified. Well, and like the bunkers here are like in weird New Jersey because people break in and like spray paint these elaborate things inside.
There's the voodoo bunker.
The voodoo bunker, yeah.
That goes underwater, which is...
Oh, yeah, when the tide comes in, right?
The tide comes in, you can barely get into it, and then the whole bottom part of the bunker goes completely underwater.
Is that the one we climbed on top of?
On top?
Okay, so like I didn't start coming here until with you. Like I came here. I know
what you're talking about.
Yeah, like I came here for the beach with my family growing up, but I didn't know this whole national park was back here, and I didn't know all these bunkers. So Chris and I came here for a date one day. We're just hiking, climbing around, and you can go out onto this little part where you could climb on top of one of those old cement structures. So I wasn't sure if that's what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, one of the ones.
Because that one was tagged. That one was not with like normal graffiti tag, but it was like beautiful art that people did. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
We passed it on the way here. It's where all the people were crabbing and stuff. It was just off that little beach. So, and I was like, hey, we've been there.
I don't know. That's a good question.
What was my question? Do you remember?
Do I remember?
Yeah.
I'm trying to...
What was the first time you took me here? Oh, shit. Oh, no. I got rid of our article. I got it back. Yay. We literally had a date. Okay.
No, I think I remember it now.
And I was too afraid to go on top, so I stayed on top of the nice one that was built into the hill. There was another like cement bunker built into the hill.
Yes.
So I stayed on top of that because I was like, well, I'm safe
not climbing
here.
Up that.
I'm not climbing up this one over the water that's half bent in and janky. And you're like, okay, I'll climb it. And I was like, okay, bye.
Yes, I do remember that very much so.
Okay.
I apologize.
Thank you. I was like, I'm not losing my mind.
And I know, like, previously I've filmed here. I know on YouTube, me and Everchanger had shot a video, one of our first ones during the winter here, and he climbed up this 16-foot wall that had ice just coming through it and stuff, and did a guitar playthrough here.
Is that when y'all almost lost my camera to the icy waters of Sandy Hook?
Correct. Correct.
Memories.
And I think that was my first time, like, getting thick into exploring this place and feeling some things.
Yeah, you
can feel like you're being watched.
Going way back to rounding about to the energy. So we're in this like mortar battery, whatever, and I'm like, okay, I feel a little off, and my heart rate's fine. And we go over to this scary ass door with the beers inside, and my heart rate shoots up to like 130, and I'm like, bitch, I'm just standing here. Like I have not done a
single thing.
We walked around the lighthouse and my heart rate was between 60 and 100 beats. Like we were Gucci. But just standing here, the energy that exuded out. Now, I don't know, maybe just because it was so scary looking and like it was so dark, maybe I was just like, but
I mean, I understand that.
But like I fully felt like my whole body just went like, oh my God, you could feel like, you know when you have like pins and needles and almost get like that electric-y feeling?
Like when stuff falls
like
asleep?
That fuzzy feeling that you get. It was almost like my whole body went into that.
Oh, no.
And when we went to the Devil's Tree, I took a step closer to the Devil's Tree, and the same thing happened. And my heart rate went straight up, and me, Tom, and Kate all got sick. We all literally felt like off and like dizzy and like feeling like just like, whoa, like hazy, like a brain fog.
Thank God I fucked off that day.
Yeah, Chris just wandered off into the hell gates. I have no clue. But yeah, so.
I think here, just because like we tried to do a little bit of investigation around where the lighthouse keeper's quarters were.
The lighthouse is beautiful. If you ever come to this area, if you're around here, I highly suggest just coming and check it out. You can't go in now because of COVID, but you know, be safe, social distance, and just come check it out. It's so beautiful.
We got beautiful pictures. I mean, I could imagine what this place looks on a sunny day with all the colors of the leaves changing and everything. It really is gorgeous, all the scenery. All the old barracks and stuff have the ivies and trees that are literally going through a beautiful fall autumn gradient now.
Yeah, it's truly beautiful out here. Even though it's like a cold and like cloudy fall day, it's still beautiful.
Yeah, it was a little rainy when we came here.
Yeah, it's not too bad though now.
But now we got the windows open.
Yeah, we're chilling in my car because Chris made a good point. We shouldn't sit by a bench right off the ocean with all this equipment. I'm like, come on. He's like, I was like, okay. But yeah, so this place is super haunted. If you want, I'll like read into some of the stuff here. Let's see.
What was the one other thing right before you get into that?
Okay.
In the window, the second story window.
Fucking God.
It looked like someone has had their face.
Pissed my pants, guys. So they have the Lighthouse Museum that's literally right next to the lighthouse. It almost looks like they're attached, but they're not.
They're not.
Fun fact. So we're looking and we're taking pictures, and I stop dead in my tracks. I look on the upstairs. It's either the second or third window if you're looking like from the left, right?
Yeah.
Like start on the left, second window, third. So one of the second or third windows, there is what looks like a face, like a ghostly kind of image.
Someone like smushed their face against the window.
Yeah, someone definitely. Yeah, someone was just like up and hot and heavy on the window, just breathing into it, and so it almost looks like a face. And I'm just staring at it, and it's not going away. And Chris is like, "Do you see that face in the window?" I was like, "You see it too."
You see it too.
I was like, "But it's definitely not a ghost. It's definitely like." Something on the window, but it doesn't have the characteristics of a face. But when you're walking by and looking at it, you think you see a full face in the window.
Could have fooled me.
Yeah, it doesn't have but it doesn't. I'm saying it's like not detailed.
Oh no!
It's not detailed, but you're walking by and you think someone's looking down at you, like some ghostly like sea captain or someone or lighthouse keeper.
All there is a singular light on in the basement of the house.
Yeah, it was super creepy because they're closed. I'm like, why is there a light on in the basement? Well, that's how it was at when we checked out the spy house in Port Monmouth.
You're right.
This place was closed. No one was in there. But there was a light on upstairs in the office, and I was like, hello? Is anyone here? Can you let me in?
Can you help me?
Can you help me? Can I help you? But yeah, so that was super creepy. It was super cool though.
It is super. It is really cool. It is definitely one thing you have to put on your list of places to investigate, even if you're just like going to check it out, investigate with your eyes.
yeah, just coming here for a day and like just exploring. It's so beautiful, and there's so many things to see. So many different beaches. Watch out for the nude beach unless that's your thing. Hey. But there's just so many places to explore.
Oh yeah, if you want some wrinkly dong, that's where you go. That's
where you go, baby. But do you want me to get into this?
I would love if you would get into some of the sweet history.
Thank you. Okay, so from the article from the Monmouth Journal. Over time, fact has mixed with fiction to create folklore unique to Sandy Hook. Indeed, there are mysteries buried beneath the Sandy Hook Lighthouse. Oral traditions tell of a secret cellar beneath the lighthouse or the keeper's house, which, when excavated in the 1860s, revealed an eerie skeleton seated before a fireplace, or a table, depending on who's telling the tale. Almost a century later, the Army Corps of Engineers unearthed corpses of 4 men and 1 woman buried near the base of the lighthouse.
Oh, no.
I almost lost my place. That's why I was like, huh? Yeah. Allegedly, these are not the only skeletons at Sandy Hook. Oh no. According to New Jersey folklore, Captain Kidd, the infamous pirate, buried his ill-gotten booty in the pines of Sandy Hook. To this day, his skeletal crew is said to anchor their phantom vessel, the Adventure Galley, at Sandy Hook and roam the shore in search of their lost treasure. The pirate skeletons supposedly dance in the moonlight, swords in hand, before sailing to the shadows once more.
So, hold on, keep your place for a second. You're telling me that these ghost swashbucklers out here have some booty that's looking to be deeply plundered.
Their ill-gotten booty, baby.
That is just sitting somewhere in the
pines, in the forest. Wow. Right? I want to find some booty.
No wonder there's activity here some spectral booty be afoot.
Swooty, coming for that booty.
But, you know, that's also like a remnants that probably has energy that came from them because it was probably highly sought after.
Oh, yeah. Tons of people are probably like, well, let's get that gold.
Oh, man, I'm coming for that booty.
Ooh. So, the most popular ghostly legend surrounding Sandy Hook Lighthouse is perhaps that of the ghost of Captain Huddy, a prominent 18th century Middletown citizen and patriot. Captain Huddy, dressed in his Patriot's uniform, is allegedly a frequent spectral visitor of the Sandy Hook Light. During the American Revolution, both Patriots and Tories had a vested interest in the Sandy Hook Lighthouse. The Patriots needed to watch the British naval movements to and from New York City, a British stronghold, and the British sought to protect Sandy Hook Lighthouse against the rebels who might want to destroy it to increase British shipwrecks. Captain Huddy was captured when he led an attack on the British troops stationed at Sandy Hook. Falsely accused of murdering a British soldier, Captain Huddy was swiftly hanged from a tall tree in the Highlands overlooking Sandy Hook.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and that was on April 12th, 1782.
1782. My man, where's that tree?
I was wondering that
That's
too.
That's horrible. The worst fact is that he gets to see, overlook what he was trying to... Yeah,
exactly. Well, ever since his tragic death, Captain Huddy is rumored to wander the shores of Sandy Hook intent upon vengeance.
Vengeance against the British?
Again, yeah, I guess he
so
was falsely...
So if you're
English... Of course, the importance of Sandy Hook Lighthouse exceeds its ghostly lore. In 1889, the lighthouse became the first in the country to be lit by electric incandescent lamps. It remains in...
Whoa. That's crazy.
Right? It remains in operation and is equipped with a third order Fresnel lens illuminated by a 1,000-watt bulb emitting 45,000 candle power and is visible 19 miles at sea. As long as the Sandy Hook light shines, the ghostly legends of Sandy Hook will not dim. And that's that.
I wonder if anyone's ever seen, like, on the sea, just like a ghostly ship apparition. Shipparition.
I wouldn't be surprised because
Isn't there a ghost ship of the
Navesink?
Yes.
So the Navesink, stretches through Red Bank and everything, and leads out to this.
It leads out to the Atlantic.
Yeah. It's apparently it's known, especially and in Keyport too.
Yes.
It's known to have a ghost ship that goes between Red Bank, Keyport, out here, and you'll see it on stormy nights, which...
The Highlands, too.
In the Highlands, but tonight's a stormy night.
Tonight is a stormy night. And just to let you know, we are here recording right on the shore of the Atlantic Ocean.
Ooh, baby.
But, I mean, tonight's one of those... I could see it. It's already starting to get foggy.
Yeah, it's getting dark. Like, behind us is super dark. And it's just, like... creepy and cold, and it's just perfect.
No, it's the perfect October weather.
It really is. I've been looking forward to this cold ass weather. I know not a lot of people agree with me, but like I'm ready. But also, speaking of the Navesink, I don't know how many people know this because Chris and I did not know this.
And I've been living here for 25 years.
His whole life. The North Shrewsbury, quote unquote, the Navesink River is one of the most scenic something on the eastern coast of America. I don't know what that word is. Known for luxury I'll edit that. Known for luxury yachts, stately homes, and ice boating, it's hardly the place you would expect to find the legend of a sea serpent.
Oh, what?
A sea serpent.
A ghostly sea serpent?
A ghostly sea serpent.
Okay.
In the late 19th century, it was a location of one of many well-documented and unexplained sightings of the mysterious sea creature that plagued the waters of the North Atlantic. The creature in question was seen by several people, all who were familiar with local sea life. While returning from a day-long outing, Marcus P. Sherman, Lloyd Eglinton, Stephen Allen, and William Tinton, all of Red Bank, encountered the monster.
No shit.
Yep. The Red Bank Register reported the witnesses to be sober and respectable local merchants. So basically spoke for their character, saying they wouldn't make this shit up.
Yeah, they were, vouching for them.
Exactly. At 10 p.m., the yacht Tilly S., owned by Sherman, was making its way back to Red Bank after a picnic at the Highlands Beach. So, like, right here.
Oh, okay.
Like, so right across from us.
I can see it here.
We can see it. The men had enjoyed a pleasant Sunday evening, escaping the warm, early summer weather. The moon was shining bright, providing for high visibility as the yacht cut through the water. A stiff summer breeze was blowing, and they rounded the Highlands and headed towards Red Bank. At the tiller of the Tilly S., Marcus Sherman steered through familiar waters. At the bow. At the bow was Lloyd Eglinton, who kept watch for debris in the water ahead. Suddenly, Eglinton yelled that there was something in the water dead ahead. Sherman steered hard to port to avoid the collision. As they looked to see what was the obstacle... I can't read.
No, you can't.
I can't. As they looked to see what the obstacle was, they were shocked. There ahead of them was the Sandy Hook sea serpent. Bum, bum, bum.
See, the Sandy Hook sea serpent, not only does it have great alliteration, but, I mean, that's the perfect storm for an urban legend to take hold.
Right?
Don't you think?
I think so. We're at Sandy Hook.
And
right
I mean,
now.
I'm looking for this sea serpent right now. And
Side note, we thought we saw sharks before. I don't know what they were. I could not.
I don't want to spread fake news, but
that's why I said we think we saw sharks. But it was in a spot where there's not really any jetties. Nope. It was two random things swimming, and they had pointy fins coming out of the water. I don't think they were dolphins.
Bump, bump.
Bump, bump. Anyway.
But there was no serpent to be seen yet.
No. There ahead of them was the Sandy Hook sea serpent that had been sighted many times over the preceding 2 years. Oh, so yes. So it had been already known for local people that it's out there. So credible were the sightings of the serpent 2 years earlier, the Scientific American had run an article issuing an opinion that the monster was in fact a giant squid. The article, complete with drawings, appeared in the December 27th, 1887 edition of the prestigious scientific periodical. The earlier sighting at Sandy Hook had been made by several credible witnesses, most notably the members of the Sandy Hook Life-Saving Service. The crew members had sighted a large monster in the cold waters just off Sandy Hook in November of 1879. So wait a minute. Okay.
1979 or 1879?
1879. Okay. No, the Sandy Hook Life Saving Service. I'm wondering if that's what...
Is that
at the
building?
Twin Lights at the... Yeah. So if you guys have ever been... If anyone from New Jersey has ever heard of the Twin Lights in Atlantic Highlands or have been there, there's a little building where they had moved one of the life-saving boats, like one of the original ones, over to like preserve it. It's like a little tiny like shed museum. It's really cute, and I'm wondering Shed museum. I'm wondering if that's part of it. It could not be, but like, it's still really cool. It's history. Go check it out. So I'm wondering if that's part of it or not. I'll have to do more research. The crew members had sighted a large monster in the cold waters just off Sandy Hook in November of 1879. The sighting was so credible that scientists were dispatched to take statements. It is from these descriptive statements that it was determined that Sandy Hook sea monster was, in fact, a giant squid. For the next several years, there were reports of all types of sea serpent sightings up and down the East Atlantic coast. What the Red Bank men saw was surely no giant squid. It was described as about a 50-foot long and serpentine in shape. It swam with snake-like undulations, slowly and steadily through the water. As it passed halfway past the bow, its head rose from the water, giving forth a mighty roar. The head was described as a small and somewhat resembling a bulldog's in shape. It had two short, round horns on its head just above its eyes. No, thank you. The eyes were said to be the size of silver dollars.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Bristles adorned the upper lip of the monster, much like those that would be found on a cat. The beast's nostrils were quite large and flattened. The serpent-like body tapered to a sword-like pointed tail. I almost said ponytail. I'm so
sure
funny.
Sounds like a serpent if you ask me. I don't hear any squid.
I would like to see a giant squid. I'm not going to lie, but I don't think this is one.
I don't think this is one this time around, if you ask me.
I don't think so. The frightened men stared in disbelief as it slowly and leisurely swam toward the shore of Hartshorn's Cove. As the monster disappeared into the night, the men made their way back to Red Bank with a monster story to tell. The men of the Tilly S. were not the only ones to see the creature. Other boaters on the water saw the serpent and gave near identical descriptions. and all over a dozen boaters had seen the strange creature on his nocturnal swim. Ugh. Over the next months and years, there would be other sightings of the monster in the Navesink. In time, it came to be known as the Shrewsbury sea serpent. No scientific explanation was ever given for the sightings and has been done for the so-called Sandy Hook sea serpent. However, the description is not totally without merit. Other than size, the description is very similar to that of an oarfish. In any case, the mystery remains as to the true identity and fate of the sea serpent.
So, this place has so much paranormal history on top of the
paranormal, supernatural,
regular history that, I mean, it is absolutely a destination that should be, headed towards regardless.
Yeah. You got all this rich history, all this paranormal stuff. It's beautiful. I feel like we're doing a tourism ad right now. You're welcome, New Jersey.
You're welcome, Sandy Hook. But at the same time, I think it's just because we're on location this time around. And, it's so nice taking everything in and being able to podcast like this.
Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, I am a water person. I love being near bodies of water. Mm-hmm. If anyone knows, when we, if you go back all the way to our first episode, the podcast had a pop-up studio right on the boardwalk in Asbury Park, and that was chef's kiss, amazing.
So good.
My favorite.
So good.
I used to work in Asbury too, so I would come early, like 45 minutes early before anyone was there to open up the offices, and I would just sit on the steps of the beach around this time of year too, because I worked there during the fall and the fall, winter, and spring.
Yeah.
So I worked for a very awesome, now dead music festival. So it was super cool to just go and sit by the water without anyone around beforehand and be all chilly and just enjoying my hot coffee or hot chocolate, whatever it was at the time. And
got a hot coffee right here.
Oh, I wish. I'm drinking tea, guys. Drinking tea. It's okay though. I like tea.
But yeah, I mean, even just alone seeing all these old historical houses across all of the roads you take to get to like the trails and stuff.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like, we drove in circles like 5 times because there's so many different roads to take to see
that I just haven't seen before.
It was cool. Oh, I see someone with a camera.
We got to follow down a path that like I just have not gone before. I've never seen the mortar battery before.
Yeah, and we've literally been to I've been there once before with you. I don't know if you've been there before that.
Nope.
But we didn't even notice it last time.
I didn't see that. And we went down that path before too.
Yeah, we had walked over and we didn't even notice it. So look at us.
But yeah, I think that Sandy Hook, even, if you take everything else away, it did used to be a giant forest. So I can only imagine that civilization was also here beforehand too.
Oh yeah, well, and from what I remember from learning from when the lighthouse was open, it used to be even bigger. Like the lighthouse used to be further out, but because of erosion, everything kind of
everything had to get moved in. Yeah. You
remember that too? I remember that. So it's just so beautiful. Even in these cold fall and winter months, it's definitely a place you'll always see people here.
Yeah, no, we saw people surfing, fishing in the middle of the ocean. Biking,
hiking, photo shoots, music video shoots. We've seen everything. And this is on a cold October day. So it's popping in the summer. You have to, oh man, if you don't get here early.
In the summer, you won't make it in. I mean, there's a $15 charge and then you have to pray parking's open and everything like that.
Yeah, because it goes quick. You have to get here early. So my grandma lives not 2 miles from here, and sometimes she wouldn't even make it in because the traffic is so bad. She was like, it's not even worth it. I'd leave at 6 a.m. just to make it in on the days I could go.
Just to make it in so I could turn around. Yeah. Oh, we're going to be in that person's picture. Delightful.
Oh, hello.
Hello. We're recording a podcast. Thanks to you, Miss Picture-taking lady.
Thank you.
Man.
But that's, there's some ghosts here. I definitely, those fucking bunkers, guys.
I definitely want to come back with ghost gear.
Yeah, I wish I didn't take my ghost equipment out of my car yesterday. I wasn't thinking.
Our EMF reader and things like that. That would have been perfect.
But don't break into places. If you come here, don't break in.
Sorry, didn't mean to pop right there.
Pop. But yeah, be safe, be smart. Don't destroy things. If they say don't walk on the dunes, like if
don't walk on the dunes,
don't walk
please.
on the dunes.
Don't climb any of these structures because I know, man, they look fun, but I don't trust the integrity of them. They've been standing for this long, but you don't know how long they're going to keep standing.
Truth.
You don't want to be in the middle of a structure collapse.
Have your fun, do your research, but be safe. That's the most important thing.
Exactly. And I think that's a pretty good wrap up of where we are today. This was so cool, Paige.
Yeah,
I love this.
It's so weird when you call me Paige. Weird. Just kidding.
This is delightful. I'm so glad that we actually got to try it out and do it successfully.
Yeah, I hope you guys like this. I hope you could hear us okay.
This is going to be
Here, take in some more ocean, guys.
Ocean.
See, take
Beautiful.
some time. Here's another thing I just want to say. Take some time for yourself, at least 2 minutes every day, just to be mindful, do some breathing. Even if you want to come by the ocean and just... just take it in. Take it in, baby. Sometimes it's just what you need, even 2 minutes a day. You can afford 2 minutes a day. You could take 2 minutes from scrolling on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Oh, I'm the biggest, what is it? I'm the worst at it. There we go.
Being mindful.
Well, no, I practice being mindful with my therapist. Haha, hello, therapy's great. If you need it, go for it. Why not? But, it just, every day, everyone has so much, it's so stressful right now. COVID, 2020's been shit. You just need to do something for yourself. Even if it's just 2 minutes a day, just taking a breath. Or doing your sense, I do the 5 senses. I was just take a minute, what do you see? Take another minute, focus on what you smell. And so on and so forth. Do it for yourself, because you deserve it.
You deserve it. You've earned it.
Exactly.
But guys,
this has been Fortune Cookie Paige.
Yes, this
is hello.
Mindfulness with Paige Fenton.
Yo, I will do mindfulness with everyone. So you need a mindfulness moment, you call me, you tweet me, you message us on the Twitters, the Instagrams, whatever. I will FaceTime you. We will do breathing exercises together. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Especially when you're losing energy doing all this ghost hunting and doing whatever. You get drained.
Yeah, most definitely. You need to recharge. And what better way to recharge than taking a second to just breathe. Exactly. So guys, this has been Ghosted with Criss and Paige. You can check us out at GWCP pod _podcast on Twitter. Podcast on Twitter.
And then Ghosted WCP on Instagram. I will answer you. Don't worry.
You can reach out to us at Ghosted with Criss and Paige podcast at gmail.
Nope. Ghosted with Criss and Paige at gmail.com.
Bastards.
Don't worry, I have that's a T-Mobile card.
At episode 50, I promise to remember our posts, our socials.
I promise I won't fuck up the Twitter.
I won't fuck up any of them, I promise you.
We promise. What episode are we? This is 17?
This is 17.
And this is our Halloween episode, so happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween, guys. Take it in, be safe, get some candy, munch on it, enjoy the waves. Sandy Hook. Water. This has been Criss.
And this is Paige.
You guys have a wonderful night.
Bye. Stay spooky.